In this video, we're going to talk about solving logarithmic equations by converting to exponential form. The steps for doing this start out with condense your logarithms so that you have one log by itself on one side, okay? So if you only have two logarithms to start out with, this part's easy. You just put one on each side. But if you've got more than one logarithmic term, then you need to condense them together, okay, so that you have a log by itself. And forgive me, I said one on each side, but you don't actually need one on each side. For this particular problem, you need to be down to one single logarithm, okay? The next step is to convert to exponential form. Okay, and you're going to do this the same way you converted to exponential form in section 4.3 with those real simple little equations that we had before we started solving anything. We learned how to convert to exponential form. You find the base, and you write the base down as the base of the exponent, then you swap out the other two terms, okay? Then once you've done that, it's going to be in a form where you can get to the x and you can solve for that x. That's your next step. And in the last step, we check. And what we check for in this step is to make sure that none of these solutions that we found make any of the arguments negative or equal to 0. Okay, so let's take a quick look at a little example of this. Here's our original equation that we're going to look at. This is a real simple one here where we just have the single logarithm right here set equal to a constant. It's easy to identify the type of problem that you want to do this with because there will be a constant term in with the logarithmic terms. Okay, so you'll get your logarithm on one side and your constant on the other. And then what we're going to do next is rewrite this in exponential form. All right, so we need to talk about what the base of this logarithm is. I don't see a base written here, okay, which means this is one of those special logarithms that we talked about, okay? This is common log. Common log's base is 10, and if you don't see a base written next to your logarithm, you assume that it's common log with a base of 10, okay? So that's what we're going to do. The base is going to be 10. Okay, that's what I've got written right here. Here's your base. And then what you do to figure out your exponent and what that exponential is equal to is you take a look at the two other terms that are in your logarithm and you swap places with them, okay? Whichever one is closest to your base in logarithmic form will be farther away in exponential form, and whichever one's on the other side of your equal sign will become your exponent. Because remember, what a logarithm is an exponent, okay? So that's one of the two is our exponent on 10. Once you get it written like this, it's easy. You just finish solving it. If you've got a quadratic, you may have to move everything to one side and factor or use the quadratic formula. This little one's linear. So our next step is to square out that 10, and we get 100, okay? Then we just bring this other side straight down. Now solve this for x by adding 6 to both sides. And that gives us our solution of 106. Okay, so x is equal to 106. Now you do have to check these, okay? All logarithmic equations have to be checked because they will sometimes give you answers that don't work. So the way we're going to check it is we're going to take this 106 and we're going to plug it back into the original argument right here where this x is, okay? What we're looking for when we do that, and I've got it rewritten right there, we're looking to see if the 106, or whatever your solution happens to be, will make your argument negative or 0. So plug it in and do 106 minus 6, like we've got right here. That gives you 100. 100 is a positive number, so we're fine. We get to keep that 106, okay? If it had turned out to be negative, then we would not be able to keep it. We'd have no solution in this particular problem, okay? So that's all that you're looking for. A lot of times you can do the check in your head. You just look to see what the argument is, and you can say, okay, if I plugged in 106 right here and subtracted 6 from that, what would I get? And as long as it's a positive number, then you're fine. All right?